Hello everyone, Evan Gregor here, and today we're going to be talking about DigitalAccessPass, a review and an overview and a demo of it here in 2020. DigitalAccessPass is a WordPress plugin. It's a solution for turning your website into something that can sell memberships, products, courses. I've been using it a long time, and there's a lot of new stuff in 2020. So we'll do a brief overview of what DAP is. There's a lot of new features, and a main one is an ability to make new courses and a navigation so that it actually feels like an online classroom with specific courses. You're going to see DAP in action on a site of mine, as well as how it actually looks on the back end, and then we'll actually even create a small course inside DAP. I'll show what that process looks like, how to make it for sale, and do it at a one-time cost or a subscription cost. It's fast and it's quite easy to do. So I've been using this myself for my own material online. And DigitalAccessPass allows you to take your current WordPress website, does have to be a WordPress one, or a new site you make, like I created my own sort of separate classroom site, working on that now. You can turn anything on the site, an individual page, section of a particular page, an individual file, like if you have a PDF of a workbook or something you want to sell, videos you can protect inside there, and links, pretty much anything you want. You can turn this into something that people can access to, whether they pay once or have a subscription. It also turns your website into something people can actually log into. You know, when you buy music or a movie on Amazon, you log in with your Amazon email and password, you can see what you've purchased. So DAP lets you turn your own site into that. Any page, any product, anything people have purchased, once they log in, they can then see that. And like I was saying, a big new feature for it is the ability to take pages on your site and turn them into actual courses. If you've ever used something like Udemy or just purchased a course online, you know that it's really nice to have, feels more like a course when you can click on, go to the next lesson, kind of keep track of your progress. You used to have to buy other software in order to do that, but since DAP can now do that within itself, that really kind of put it over the edge for me and made me start using it. So let's take a look at just basically the concept of it, and then we'll look at my website where I actually have it installed as a classroom. But just for the sake of, you know, some ideas, for example, a lot of my musician colleagues, if you were to take a website, any website you have, like this is just my sort of music website, you can, with DigitalAccessPass, for example, take any part of it and say, okay, if I had the audio player here, but I wanted to have a player underneath that, you know, only members or people who purchased individual files. If you had live shows and you want to have a membership, everyone who pays, you know, 20 bucks a month can listen to everything we did that month. You can protect some video, like for example, in your education section. If I wanted to take this passive income subject and make these videos something that would say, okay, if you want to watch part 3 and 4, click here to purchase them, and they would become unlocked. You can do stuff like that in DigitalAccessPass. Or you can do what I've been doing here, which is sort of create a separate classroom for it. So I have a separate site, and one of the things I did recently was had some master classes over Zoom with some really great musicians, and basically turn them into products that people can purchase. So what does that look like? Well, this is DigitalAccessPass. Basically, I created these two products with these pictures, and it is saying, okay, here's what I can click on and access. That's because I'm logged in, I'm a user. So let me just show you what happens. As you can see, once this loads, this is just a web page, right? No different than any other. I put the video here from Vimeo, so it's protected. We can talk about that later if you want. Just has a download of the audio. You can contact if there's any issues logging in. And this is basically, you know, just the site. But it's a really great material because Drew Gress is a really great musician, and this is a really nice 2-hour session with him. And so that's worth, you know, turning into a product. And of course, Drew gets gets the most of the money, but that's just an example of how to do it. And what you're going to do here is simply take this page and inside DigitalAccessPass say this page is protected. So let me just show you quickly what it looks like if you are not logged in. You are just sort of going on to the site and you're not logged in. Let's do that real quick here. So this is that same exact web page, but if you're not logged in, you can see how it has the just asking for the member login, and that section where you saw those classes, it says, and DigitalAccessPass is creating all of this for me. Sorry, you must log in before you can view this content. Click here to log in. So what I'll do is I'll log in with a different account here, and you can see another example of what it looks like. So now this is if I'm logged in with a user that only purchased one of these. And what's really great about this, you could set this to just not show this at all, or you can show the other products that you have available. So someone might log in and say, oh, this looks interesting. They can click here to get access. Again, DigitalAccessPass is doing all of this. It generated this for me. I'll show you how we did that. And so you have a really nice, basically, classroom showing what you've got, what you could get, and you can control all of, what is displayed here. So now let's take a look at what that actually looks like inside the WordPress dashboard. This is WordPress. One of the things that's nice about DApp now that you can see is if you want to upgrade to the latest version, they now have it so that you just click it right here within the system. You used to have to do a lot more than that. So let's take a look at that Drewgress Masterclass product. So if I were to create a new product, which we'll do later, you're going to see basically the same menu as if I edit this current one. So we'll edit it. We'll see I just gave it this name, Drewgress Masterclass, brief description, product image I make in a program called Usign. Takes, minutes to do, very quick. Standard or group membership. Here you see, is this an online course? So in this case, no, it's just a one-off product. It's not an actual course with different sections. And you can see how easy it is here with the billing. I can say it's a free product, which is great if you're offering some free lesson or something for the purpose of, building an email list and following up with people. But in this case, it's a one-time fee. I could say it's recurring. This is where it gets really interesting. You can offer a free trial. You can make it $15 every month, custom, weekly, daily. You want to charge someone $15 a day for access. Could be appropriate in certain cases. But here, we're just going to make it a one-time fee. So you can see how straight ahead this is as far as the billing goes, but you can really do anything you want here, which really is great. And I could turn this into that at any time if I wanted to turn something into a subscription. The duration, you can see I could say, okay, after, X number of days, your access expires if you want to have something temporary or sort of inspire people to take action on something. Notifications, this is great that this is also built into DigitalAccessPass. So I sometimes use ActiveCampaign, but in this case, with this particular classroom here, I'm just letting DigitalAccessPass do everything. So this is an email that gets sent to the person as soon as they purchase. So you can see here it has a little email. DApp automatically fills in these first name, email, ID, password, and it generates a password for them. So it's really hands-off for me. If someone purchases this, they get sent their email, their password, they can log in like you saw me do, and they would see their product. There's, various settings for all of these too, but we don't need to get into all of that. This gives you the basic gist of everything. Now this is cool. This is where we're basically deciding what pages on our site belong to this product. So again, this is just a page, right? All this material is just the material that's on this page, which I named on my site, Drewgress Masterclass. I drag that over like I did. I could remove it, and basically if I were to add more to it, if I wanted to add a second page or did a second call, you could just drag that page over, and then people who have purchased this would then be able to access that page as well. So you could put a navigation to it, you could put a link, you could set it up however you want, but this is just deciding, okay, the people who have purchased that product, what do they have access to? So let's go on. Autoresponder can actually follow up with a series of emails, which is very, very powerful depending on how you use it. And then there's various settings here. So I think that gives you the basic idea of how straightforward this is. And then I like to use their shopping cart. You don't have to use this. It's a little more expensive if you choose the version that has the shopping cart, but it's really powerful. It does a whole bunch of things like coupons and order bumps, and what I really like about it is how easy it is to make a nice looking checkout page that you can customize. So I'll show you quickly how that looks here. Here is, again, if I were to create a new one or edit this one, it looks the same. So let me edit this and show you what this looks like. I just give this a name. This is the product that we were just looking at, the masterclass. You can see it's going to automatically fill in the details here, or you can edit them as well. I edited this a little bit, and you can do things like offer payment plans. You can customize the look of this part of it. Let's go on. An order bump is where I could have a little checkbox. It designs this for you, or you can customize it and says, hey, if you want to add a private lesson or add some offer as a special one-time thing, those are actually very effective. Coupon, if you want. The checkout page, you can see it right here. I could customize this if I wanted to, but it just generated this for me. Didn't have to waste any of my time. I'm not a designer. I just want something that functions well and does the job. You can do a whole funnel if you're into all that, which can be very good. Just click next, and there, I have the link. And so you saw that sales page earlier. That's just the URL for it. If I send that, post that online, do anything with that, that sends people to that order form where they can order it for $15. And Sandbox is actually very useful. I used it here. It lets you test it. So it lets you make sort of dummy purchases to make sure everything's working, make sure the email is going out, and all that good stuff. So let's go back to DigitalAccessPass main dashboard here, and let's actually create a new course. Let's see how this looks. So we're going to go to products. We're going to create a new one. You can see it's the same layout here. So let's just call it, I'm not feeling particularly creative right now, test course, testing DAP courses. Product image, I don't have one right now. Let me pause it and just upload one for you. Okay, cool. So I uploaded one. I made one in Usign, took like 2 seconds. Actually, let's say we're going to do this, a subject that I find very valuable. We're going to call this Passive Income for Creatives, a course on generating passive income with different strategies for artists, musicians, and more. This actually is a series of YouTube videos I have if you're interested in the subject. Now we're going to make it a paid course. Let's call it a one-time fee. Let's do it recurring just for the sake of demonstrating it. Free trial, no, not right now. Let's do it, let's say it's, $15 a month or $25 a month to be a member of this. And let's pretend we're going to have some Zoom calls, or who knows, you can decide anything you want, right? You just basically put that on your sales page. Fixed means it's, okay, this is only going to exist for 3-4 months. Access to stop after the last payment. This is really slick, and this is all pretty new as far as how well integrated and easy this all is to set up. So let's just say it's unlimited, which means it's just ongoing. You can see the billing terms here really clearly. Okay, when we click next there, it takes us to the notification. This is the email that gets sent automatically, and this is filled automatically. This is the default email. It's got everything we need. We're not going to see this anyway for this test, but these codes here automatically replace it with the URL of the site, the email, the password. So it's pretty much got what you need. Now, this is like I was saying before, where we just drag the pages over that are going to belong to this product. In this case, I literally cloned the page you saw earlier, the masterclass. So let me drag over. I just called them course test 1 and course test 2. We'll drag this over here, so now you can see that these two pages belong to this product. Autoresponder, we're not going to do. Advanced, you can put some different things, a redirect URL and sales page, and this gets into tracking and cancellation if they want to cancel, and all sorts of very useful things you can do. If someone cancels, you can have okay, if you want to renew, go here. You can send certain emails when they cancel, and so on. So that's it. We've got the product. Now, what you'll already see, let me show you logging in as that other user, where you can see the list of available products. So you can see already this is now here, this thing that says Passive Income for Creatives. It already exists. Those two pages would be there, but let's go ahead and do some tweaking and actually turn it into a course and show you a quick sales page, make a sales page with the SmartPay cart. Okay, so going back into DigitalAccessPass here, we've got the Manage Products, and I'm editing this Passive Income for Creatives. Let's say, yes, this is an online course. And you can do modules plus lessons. You can allow access to the next lesson only if the previous one is completed, if you want to force people to follow a certain order. In this case, we're not going to restrict it, and let's just do lessons. So let's go ahead and save that. And now we've basically told DigitalAccessPass that this is a course. So let's go into courses. There's a whole bunch of stuff we didn't get into, like chaining products, and if somebody upgrades to one level of your membership, you can automatically, remove them from another one so they're not paying. There's a whole bunch of really useful things you can do. So this is pretty much brand new. So let's go to, this gives you a little guide of how to do this. Create a product, it kind of walks you through it there. We pretty much did those steps already. So let's go to create a course outline. We're going to create a new one. Passive incomes for creatives. This is the only product that we checked yes, that this is a course. So we will display the course name. You can see it generates this little menu for you. This is the name, this is the module or the lesson, and you can specify. So let's say no module names, no module descriptions. Since we didn't choose them, they probably wouldn't be there anyway, but you can change widths, you can change colors, you can see how that's going to change. You can add different styles to the look, but basically this is just taking those pages and it's going to make them into a navigation of a course. So that's pretty much all you have to do to generate this navigation menu so that you can stick it into your page anywhere you want. So let's generate and save a shortcode. That's going to save it. And now this little code here, we can put that anywhere we want on the page. And so I'll actually do that in a moment. I'll show you what that looks like. So let me just pause it and open up that page we created, the course test. So let's edit that page. I use something called Thrive Architect that the creator of DigitalAccessPass, Vina, also uses. So I find it very, very easy to use for these purposes here. So like I said, I cloned that page, and let's just call it Passive Income for Creatives. And remember, we had that thing that said navigation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text, and I'm going to paste in that code that we copied from, where was that? Here. Copy that code. I pasted it in here, and let's save it. And so you'll see DigitalAccessPass will turn that code into that outline. So if I were to change, obviously I just titled these course test 1, course test 2. I can change these, but you can see it actually took the headline, it took the description of the product, and now if I click on this, it's going to do it. If I put a button in, which we can do here, we just made the outline so far, you can do a mark as complete. You can see that button here. I can change the color. If I were to copy this code and put it down just like I did before, it would generate that mark as complete button, and then this here would have the green mark, and you could again put that button anywhere. If I wanted to put that button down here, I would just paste that code in. So it's really great how you can basically create your own navigation, your own classroom in this. It makes a big difference as opposed to just being pages, right? So let me edit this page a little bit, and I could obviously delete this video because it's going to be a different one, or I can leave it, change it into a new one, do whatever I want here, clone things, move them around, basically create your own classroom, your own style, whatever you want to do. In this case, I used a template. I used actually Vina's templates. It's something you can get if you purchase the higher level of DApp, where you get access to her material. Because I'm not a designer, I just want to be able to just sort of edit things as they are and get them up there. But you can see how you can generate anything you want from inside DigitalAccessPass and actually turn it into a course. So now let's just do the last step here. I mean, obviously, the rest of the steps would be to actually make this, into the full course with the complete buttons and the right videos and stuff there. But you can see the product exists, and this is basically all you do to turn it into a course. We've set the payment to be, a monthly subscription and all of that. So now we'll go into Smart Pay Cart, And we're going to make a new Buy Now button. As you can see, there's also a lot of different things you can do with this, but let's add a new Buy Now button. Let's call it the Passive Income Test. Let's select the product we just made. And except for pausing to switch menus sometimes, or just double check things, there's been no steps other than what you've seen. It really is pretty much this quick. Obviously, I'm familiar with it. You might have to take some time to get a little familiar with the product, but do you want to override the price? No. Free trial? No. But you notice within the SmartPay shopping cart, you can override some of those settings if you want to offer different versions of the same product, which is really great. You don't have to make 3 different products. You could just have this one product, make some different Buy Now buttons that set some different options. So no payment plans. Let's show the product header. And you can edit this, make some adjustments to it however you want. I'd pretty much just leave everything as is. No order bumps here, but you can create them if you want. A coupon, if you want to have a coupon applied. You can have it pre-applied if you want to show someone a discount. All this good stuff. The checkout page, you only have to make it once. If you want to make different checkout pages that look different for specific products or use cases, you can, but in this case, I just made the one blank checkout page with that little header at the top that I just made inside Usign. That's going to generate all this for me. Again, this is just a template that they have pre-created for me. Let's go ahead and click next. No, we're not going to make this part of a landing sales funnel or anything, but we have the thanks for your order. This is where they go after they pay. And you can create different things. You know, I created different ones, like if it's a live Zoom call they're purchasing, and the thank you page will have the details of that call. Whatever you want to do. In this case, we just want a payment link. You can do things like make it part of a shopping cart, add to cart, different sales pages. Let's just put this here for now. Live, save the settings, and there, boom, we have a link. And I'm going to put that in. And this is real. You actually could buy this right now. I don't recommend it because you're just going to be getting that random page there with a random navigation menu. But this now exists. I could get rid of this coupon code offer if I wanted, like you saw it didn't exist there before. But people could actually buy this now. And if they purchased it, if I went ahead and filled this out and ordered it, I would get that email that you saw. And I would get that this. Let me show you like where it was before. This would now turn into green, and I would be able to access it just like I'm able to access this one. And it would be paying the membership. It would be paying the, you know, $20 a month or $25 a month, whatever you set. You can change that and make adjustments. So it's very, very powerful. Let's go back and just wrap it up here. Anything else I forgot to mention? Pretty much showed you how that all looks. Yeah, we went ahead and made that course already. So one thing is subscriptions. One of the most important things that made me use DApp originally is how well it handles subscription programs. There's a few key things that you think would be obvious that I actually had problems with some more expensive ones when I was helping. So I've helped different people over the years, you know, kind of create different classrooms and projects and stuff. And some things I was very surprised you were not able to do well, even with more expensive products. And so these are some of the things that DApp does really well that, again, you might think would be obvious, but they're not always the case. A user can unsubscribe themselves from their own pages, or you can easily do this in the back end. We didn't even look at that. Part of why I didn't show that is because I actually have some real people in there, so I didn't want to show the pages that show people's email addresses. When they unsubscribe, they will still get the remainder of what they paid for. This is not always easy to do in some programs, surprisingly. So if someone cancels on the second day of their membership, they should have access for the rest of the month. But you can remove it manually if you need to, but I believe it's the correct default for it to behave that way, and a lot of places don't. If they cancel or you cancel them, it will automatically cancel their payment in PayPal or Stripe. And you can do a magazine-style subscription, that's what they call it, where users only get access to the month they've paid for. So if you have a monthly program that puts out new videos, new content every month, but you don't want someone who joins in September to get everything that was put out from December on. You can set it so that they just get what they've currently paid for. So DAP has a couple different pricing plans. They've now used monthly or annual. The lowest, which gives you just the full digital access pass, and you can do everything you saw here, except it doesn't have the shopping cart, but you can still actually, people can buy and purchase and do everything that you saw. It just wouldn't have that same sales page look to it. You'd have to just sort of create one, but DAP can make a buy button and everything as is. It's very affordable, comes to under $15 a month if you pay the annually as it is right now. So that's not an overhead that's going to, kill you while you're getting started with something. So very, very, very reasonable for what it is. The next tier up has SmartPay Cart, which is what you saw me use. And when you go the next level up, you can have as many sites as you want. So, I have more than one. You can see I can just create one like for the lessons and for these workshops that I've been experimenting with, and just install DAP on it and clone pages and do whatever I want. The highest tier of it has basically a membership to everything that Vina and the company has created. So there's a lot of bonuses to it, but there's also a lot of other programs you get. Like you can turn Digital Access Pass into something where people have points. You can get points for what you purchase. You can get points for sharing your blogs or material online. It sort of incentivizes people to, share your material. There's marketing software and all different things that really go beyond Digital Access Pass. So I have that. I have the highest version of it. Like I said, I kind of went all in with this, seeing how well it actually works for me and what I need. So I can answer specific questions if you take a look at the page and want to know about any of the products or anything. If I've used them, I've had them. You can visit evangregor.com/DAP. That link is also in the description for the official site, which has lots of information, pricing details, and obviously there's a whole bunch of stuff we didn't even get into. This link is an affiliate link. That means I get a commission if you purchase through me, and that, of course, is one of the methods of income when I'm talking about passive income for creatives and artists, which myself, I'm a musician. So this is also a strategy that is implemented in my life, and I recommend people do. So you can watch that on the YouTube channel here, Passive Income for Creatives, where I talk about some of those approaches and using, getting referral commissions for things you use in your life that you can help others with or recommend or suggest. I'm happy to answer any questions about Digital Access Pass here or anything else in the comments section. If I'm able to answer them, I would be happy to do so. So thanks again. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get everything you need out of this. And if you have any questions to decide if this is right for you, because there are definitely other solutions out there. I've actually used several others as well. So happy to help if I can. And take care. Thanks very much.